For weeks, I thought I was ahead. I felt smart, in control, like I'd finally figured out the system. But one night, I finally opened my bank app, and my stomach dropped. What I saw made me realize I hadn't been winning at all. I was thousands in the hole, and completely delusional. Gambling has this twisted way of making you feel like you're winning, even when you're not. The lights, the sounds, the rush of excitement when you hit a win, even a small one, all work together to trick your brain. It's designed to keep you coming back, chasing that next high, even if the losses are quietly piling up in the background. You remember the big wins. You forget the small losses. The thrill of a jackpot or a lucky bet sticks in your mind, while the dozens of small bets that didn't pay off just fade away. It's almost like your memory is working against you, helping you justify playing again. You count the streaks, you ignore the silent bleed, you focus on the times you got lucky, telling yourself you're on a roll, but you don't notice the slow, steady drain on your wallet. The losses blend into the background noise. I kept thinking, I'm doing okay. I had that $500 win last week. That one big win made me feel like I was ahead, even though I'd lost much more over time. It's easy to convince yourself you're beating the odds when really you're not. But I didn't track how much I deposited. I didn't look at my balance. I ignored the warning signs, like the growing number of transactions and the sinking feeling in my gut. The apps made it so easy to keep gambling, and so hard to see the truth. With just a few taps, you can deposit more money, place another bet, and chase another win, never really stopping to see how much you're actually losing. The day I checked my bank account was a wake-up call. I remember my heart pounding as I opened the app, not really expecting anything out of the ordinary. But as the numbers loaded, a cold wave of dread washed over me. I stared at the screen, hoping I was misreading it. But the truth was right there in black and white. I wasn't $100 down. I wasn't even $1,000 down. The reality was so much worse than I'd let myself imagine. Each transaction told a story I didn't want to face. I was over $8,000 in the negative. And I didn't even realize how it had gotten that bad. It felt like the ground had disappeared beneath me, leaving me suspended in disbelief and fear. Seeing it all in one place, every deposit, every late-night top-up, it broke me. The evidence was undeniable. Every careless swipe, every impulsive decision was right there, adding up to a reality I could no longer ignore, because I could no longer lie to myself. The numbers forced me to confront the truth. I was in trouble, and something had to change. That moment, painful as it was, became the first step toward facing my mistakes and searching for a way out. Gambling taps into something deeper than money. It taps into identity. I felt like I was smart, strategic, in control. I told myself I was building something, that it was temporary. But what I was really doing was avoiding the truth. It's easy to gamble when you never look at your finances. It's easy to say you're winning when you never track your losses. That night, I wrote it all out, every loss, every bet. I forced myself to see it on paper. The emotional impact of facing the numbers hit harder than any loss ever had. But here's the weird part. As painful as it was, that was the moment I started to heal. Here's what I do now to stay honest with myself. Every morning, I check my bank account. It's not about stressing over numbers, but about keeping myself grounded in reality. This daily habit helps me see where I stand, and it reminds me of the progress I've made. It's a small act, but it sets the tone for my day and keeps me accountable to myself. I also track my urges and triggers in a journal. Writing things down helps me notice patterns and understand what situations make me vulnerable. It's a way to process my feelings and stay aware of my journey, rather than letting things build up inside. I've taken practical steps too. I block all gambling sites and apps using tools like BetBlocker and Gamban. This extra layer of protection gives me peace of mind, making it harder to slip back into old habits when I'm feeling weak or impulsive. I use cash instead of cards now. Handling physical money makes every purchase feel more real, and it helps me stay present. It's a simple change, but it's made a big difference in how I relate to spending. Every week I take time to reflect on what I've gained by staying clean. I write down the positives, like better sleep, stronger relationships, and a clearer mind. This reflection keeps me motivated and reminds me why I started. Of course, I still get tempted. There are moments when the urge creeps in, and I have to pause and remind myself of the cost of giving in. I know now that chasing illusions only leads to pain and regret. So every day, I make the conscious choice to embrace reality. It's not always easy, but it's always worth it. If you're watching this and still telling yourself you're not that bad, please check your bank account. Not the gambling app, not the winning section, your real bank account. Because if you're like me, you might be shocked at the truth. But truth is the first step to freedom. The moment I faced my losses was the moment I stopped creating more of them. If you're ready to get honest, I'm here for you. Subscribe to Bet Free for weekly tools, stories, and support. No shame, no BS, just real recovery, one video at a time.